In true fashion, I'm feeling unwell and I'm lying on the lounge watching some vlogs of other YouTubers. On days like this, the medication really impacts on the way I feel. And although I probably look like I'm groggy, I'm not. I'm just so tired. And I'm a bit sick of the pain. It is definitely one of those days where the pain is getting the better of me. I see my frac GP tomorrow, so that's a good thing. She fills out my paperwork. Then I've got an appointment elsewhere, which my daughter's taking me in the morning. And then at 2:45, my last appointment will be my podiatrist, who's going to change my wound on my toe, and I can only pray that it's healed up a lot more. Although a ballpoint pen, if you can imagine the other end, not the end that you write with. No, that's probably too large. So you take out the ink part of a pen, that very part that you write with, that end, that's the same size as my toe that's injured. And it usually takes 28 days for a healthy body to regrow new skin. It has regrown the new skin, but it won't harden. Therefore, there is a slight hole. So I've got a hole which is in the dermis, but the part above the dermis, it's just under that. So there's no reason why it shouldn't be getting harder, that little hole in the dermis. So we'll see what happens when I'm at the podiatrist tomorrow. But for now, I haven't even taken my other 2.5 milligrams of Valium, and that's because this is the way I am. So I've left the front door open because Bambi's keeping an eye out. She's having a rest. I don't plan on having any visitors today, so I'm safe there. I guess I just wanted to say a quick hello, make sure I don't flush everyone, and sort of explain how I'm feeling. Even though my eyes are closed, you can still hear me talk. I'm just so goddamn tired, and I'm in pain. But I'm not in enough pain to warrant taking any more medication. I don't know how true it is, but the pain medication should go to the pain, and the residual amount, that's how you know you're taking too much, like this, because it's helping the pain, it's not taking the pain away. But then I'm sleeping for the remainder of the pain, so I guess in a way the sleeping is distracting. It's actually relaxing my mind. So I'll add this little piece to today's vlog. Hopefully it's a lesson learned. But for now, as I normally say, B, F, N. I don't know if you can see that little bubba there. He's a little bubba. He's really zoning into the rocks. So you can't really see what he looks like, unfortunately. Very shortly. Oh, there he is. You can see him when he just. Bambi was watching before. That's a lovely good morning to wake up to. Not to mention, of course, have a look at that beautiful sky.
It's one of the most beautiful days yet. Thanks, Lord. Another day I'm awake to see on your glorious days. So, don't you love my glasses that are so skew my hair that is so messy? I do indeed. No one's there. It is absolutely a fantastic morning to wake up to, isn't it? It is beautiful. There's nothing I could possibly say that could make this day any better at all. Just showing you a picture of our local fauna, and I shut them, darling.
Oh, I thought to let a bit of air inside.
Oh yeah, all right. All right. Because when Bambi barks, that's all right. That won't make a difference, I don't think. So yes, beautiful fauna this morning, and this morning I'm up early because my daughter and I have appointments to attend. We have 3 today, 2 of which are medical and 1 of which is about taking care of me. So yes, and I have to say that there's not going to be any need for much of that once I have the bariatric surgery, because the idea of me losing most of the weight will obviously cut back my pain levels. Then I'll be on less medication, and hopefully then I'll be able to move around a lot more, which means I'll be able to go for walks with the dog. I'll not necessarily be able to bike straight away. I can do a hell of a lot more housework, because I'm doing none at the moment except for sitting down and hanging out clothes outside on a clothes hoist. But even that hurts. You know, things like that. I'm really looking forward to getting back to those days, and hopefully getting back into a life of work. Who knows what my life brings once I have the bariatric surgery. So I do know then the next big question will be the neurosurgery, because as you do know, I have the height with my discs in my thoracic area. They're minimal, so the neurosurgeon says she has to take them out or scrape whatever is in there and put new ones in, and that's 3, and fuse them. And then down below where my where my L section, lumbar section hits my sacral area, I've got a problem there as well with my disc as well. But that's the area that could help with my weight loss. So just want to touch base really early, and which I have. And now I'm going to tune off I'll be a fan, because now I'm going to give you a look at one of our little turkeys. Good morning still. It is 11:45, just almost midday. And it was a great morning. We did what we had to do, and we even went out. You would not believe it. Yes, believe it. We went to a coffee shop for sort of brunchish. It was a little bit earlier than to have it for brunch, but we did. It was about 10:30, so earlier than that actually, because we went for a drive at 10:30. So my daughter is getting very good at her driving skills, so I'm so proud of her. And Babby just there. Hey Babs, Babby Dabs. She's actually come to say hello this time. Wow. You just come for cuddles and a kiss, and yes, it's a kiss, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. So hello, my believers, I believe in you all. Funny little baby she is, but we love her to bits, and without her, she would not be part of our life. So that's one great thank you from us all. So what else is happening today? Well, I've got my doctor's appointment. I have to fill out some more paperwork. I have to get the doctor to fill out some more paperwork for me. So that's about it, really. It is going to be a bit of a tiring day, I'm afraid. So I think I will be taking my extra today before we leave. But my next appointment isn't until 1:30, which is good. We have a decent break. So I thought
I've got the opportunity to come on, have a chat to everyone. Just let me breathe for a minute. It's like holding your breath when you've got this on your face. And yes, I've said before, it's not oxygen, it's just air from the air itself. It's got its own water in it, so it gives you the right type of humidity to breathe in, to be able to get more, I was going to say CO2, but no, not quite, O2 into your body. So it is actually such a warm day here today that I think I'm going to have to turn my fan on. But to do that, I'll actually need to turn my charger off. Well, actually plug it into down here and modify it, because my son has been sleeping with myself because his dad's been doing morning shifts or day shifts, so he leaves at about 3 or 4 in the morning, I think 4 in the morning. So rather than my son wake up, him and his niece wake up together alone in the dark, he would rather be with me. So yes, he's 11, and yes, he still does sleep with his mummy sometimes, but generally, because we don't have a 4-bedroom home here, we have now a little bit away, he'll be able to have his own bedroom. So it's going to be so exciting, because he wants to make his feature wall red, and he's going to have racks on the side of his walls and things like that he can put toys on, or things that he wants to show, like the thing that his sister bought him from Paris, when she went to the catacombs. I think that's the way you pronounce it. But can you see the skeleton there? Actually, it's not obviously a 3D skeleton. It is a 3D skeleton, but not obviously a real. So, just excuse me for a moment. I think I might have to switch it off and take it off for a while, because it's annoyed the crap out of me. So, yep. So not much is happening today, and today will probably end up being a very short vlog, unfortunately, because I'm not really in the mood to continue too much today with the vlog. This morning, I think this is any outing at all for me is too much to ask for, which is why I cannot wait for this surgery to happen, which is why I am sort of doing everything I can to help this surgery along. And talking about that, I didn't take my insulin this morning, so I'm going to do that now. Yeah. So excuse me for a moment. I'll just put this up down there so I can see. Take my hand down. Wrong area to insert it into, but I'm trying to do 2 things at once at the moment. And doing that is proving to be very difficult. Actually, 3 things: talking, needle, and holding this thing between my teeth. Okay, so that delivered the correct dosage. So yes, so if my sugar was a little bit high, and the highest it will get will be 10, which isn't too bad, but you do have to follow all the rules and regulations if you're going to have surgery. And part of those regulations, guess what, are making sure that your insulin remains between 5 and not any lower than 5 and not any higher than 8. So, and sometimes mine has been that because I haven't taken the insulin with me, or I've forgotten to take the glucose monitor, which is very irresponsible, but that's just what happens. So I'm just giving Bambi a pat at the moment. She loves her pats, don't you? You love your pats, don't you? You love your pets. Yes, she does. Just have a look at her enjoying her pats. Although you look a bit tense down in the Netherlands, but she's only tense because a short while ago I tried to cut some of her knots from around her nun. But guess what Bambi won't let me do? Cut around her nun. which I don't, I probably wouldn't have any hesitations of someone chopping knots out of my noon, but that's me. And I trust people like my family, my doctors and people like that. So it's not like I don't distrust them. But I mean, then again, if Bambi had to get rid of those knots out of me, I certainly wouldn't give her a knife or a set of key or a set of scissors. So can you stop? Just leave me alone. If you don't want me to pat you, okay, fair enough. Do you want me to pat you or not? No, I'm not going down there. No, I'm just getting a stick out of you. Hold yourself together. Add more knots in the side of her. Oh my God, Father. I think the first thing we need to do is, when I get my next payment, is take her to see a groomer again. We have a really good groomer. It's called Pet Stock and it's located in Rabida, across the way from Hyundai or Toyota or Nissan or whatever the car yard is. It's opposite that. It's a new shopping little complex. It's got Toys R Us, even though they're supposed to be closing down. I'm assuming their American lots are closing down, not the Aussie lots. Shut that off again. Once you breathe in, it starts the machine going. Oh God, it makes me so mad sometimes. I haven't got any patience. Lord, give me patience where it's warranted, for goodness sake. It's a new nasal prong, and look where the... I know, but that's okay. So, yeah, so I've just forgotten what we were going to talk about, but that's okay. You want to go to the toilet, do you? Oh my gosh, Father. All right, stop jumping over me. I don't know how much you've seen of that, but yes, she wants to go to the toilet. And you can't ignore it because, for example, this morning, what she did was she went out for a wee, all fine and dandy, but guess what? She wanted to go out again, and guess why? Hang on. Because she wanted to do a poo. So that's why she was nagging me to take her out again. So just hold your horses. I don't think you're going to be pooing yourself anytime soon. Or one would hope not anyway. So, all right, let's go. Look at her. You just watch how she carries on. Just look at her. Stop it. Stop biting my ankles. Stop being silly. That's her, yeah, that's her, yeah. That's her, yeah, carrying on like her knickers are in a knot. I know, you just, oh my God. But she is patient when I have to walk down these stairs, to be honest. Very patient with me. Oh, there's another show on. We've got National Geographic Wild on for her. We had it on for her while we went out because we liked her to be able to hear, like use her senses, hearing, smell and all that, so that she can be reassured. Yes, I'm coming. Look, this is her. So she must need to want to go to the toilet, that's for sure. All right, how you going? I'll be out there in a second. I'll just look at this thing. It's a full bottle of shampoo for the carpet. I haven't even used it, so I don't even know why I've got it, to be honest with you. Which is perfect. I think it's going to rain, seeing those clouds. And yes, what do you know? She's hunting around for a poo spot. So yes, she is. She needs to go to a poo. So me, I'm going to show you how I get these towels off the line. So I just do this. I pull it. Go to the next one. My shoulder, and I pull it. Oops. I'm going to pull them up there because it's a bit harder to pull while they're... Sounds lovely talk, doesn't it? Then I'll put that one over my shoulder and then I'll pull. I go back around. Put that one over my shoulder, then I pull. What's wrong with this one? I don't know. Okay, so that one was slightly different. Who cares? And the lucky last. Right, so, and this is how I will carry them inside. So I don't really lift or bend to get anything off our lines or anything of that nature. I'm actually going to put that in there.
I'll leave the towels there. Posy can take them in for me. Now, there's all these bits I have to get. So, and it does look like it's going to rain. So, give me a sec. Thanks, friend, darling, for doing that for me. Well, didn't have to do a single thing. Excuse, that's the ones mowing the lawns. That might as well be I think that's the manager. That's another reason why we're leaving big time. He is no good at all. I believe that someone was telling me that when we had those neighbours that had kids that were destruction, that were causing damage to people's belongings. As I said, we only had 2 incidences. There were more to what I believe. So a lot of the elderly people who live in the single places across the way, whenever they see Pawassa Ring running around, they used to send him a message saying, look, send mum my way. So, and because when in summertime I used to swim a lot in the pool, we always do, so we'd often see the elderly people and wave to them. And of course in 6-7 years they've gotten older. So this particular time that Pawassa said that to me, I took it quite serious, because none of them have ever, we don't really socialise with anyone here, but they have seen me in the pool and they know where I live. So okay, they're senior citizens, that's fine with me. Anyway, I took a drove around there, and as a matter of fact, he was sitting in his garage and he knows my car. So when I was coming down the little road, it's a 10 kilometre zone, which there's no way I do 10. My navigator actually says I do 5 kilometres in there, and I can tell you there's a lot of people in here that do more than 20 kilometres around this complex. But so he saw me coming, he waved, and I parked my car in the visitor's car parked and walked across, and he said it was pretty sad to see that I was in that condition. But I said, explain my situation. He was happy for me. He was happy that I was going to soon lose my body fat and gain a lot more confidence and be a lot more fitter and healthier and be able to do a lot more than what I used to probably do when I first started here. So I hope that through the weeks and as they go by after the operation, each time you'll see me, you'll see a lot thinner. At the moment, I haven't got my chin. Yep. And I'm very embarrassed to show you that, but I know that won't be there soon. So, all right, so we had a little chat. He offered me a seat on Anna, and he says, I know you guys have recently purchased the place. I said, yes, even though you weren't supposed to know, but yes. He said, not everyone knows. He said, he was the treasurer, so he only knew because the person that owned this property actually said that I'll be paying for the person's body corporate for the remainder of the year. And he said that's unit 44, and he says, oh my God, they bought the place. So yes, that's how he found out, and he hasn't told anyone since, and I've told him not to tell anyone else. But long story short, he said we're having the neighbours from 44, 55, 46 move out. I went, oh wow, how in the hell did that happen? He said, well, beyond your cars being damaged, we had 5 things happen to people's letterboxes, and I wasn't aware of that because I haven't been to the mailbox for a long time. So there was damage done to some mailboxes, which could, yes, as I said, it could have been people in the streets, kids playing jokes, but they were seen around the same time the damage was done. Anyway, my car, there was damage to his car done. Apparently one of the young girls were walking past the car and decided to kick the back of his car, and he is an older car and therefore the paintwork is a lot more fragile. He said that he found boot marks, and it was mentioned in one of the meetings that we had part of our paint stripped from a brand new car, and it cost, well, it didn't cost us anything because we don't have excess, but it actually cost insurance company $3,700 just to replace that tailgate, because they had to replace everything, that whole area, because the lights had to fit in there. The light part was attached physically to the back of that tail light, so when you took the tailgate off, the lights came with it as well. Very weird, but it's set up that way so that if you do have an accident, your car, and you got damage front and back and it's squished, it tends to be written off rather than, but it was only, the only damage that we had was a few child's footprints, and the prints were embedded with the paint. So the way the company described what had happened, because we took it to Hyundai first to see what we should do, because with their Hyundai Care, they said it's probably because the paint was very fragile because of all the weather we had to start with, but they said unfortunately it would have taken just a kick to damage it. So yeah, and I mean, we are very, very careful with our belongings. We don't we're not rough with our goods, that's for sure. And my daughter even keeps my car nice and clean, which is really appreciative. So, but anyway, long story short, there were other residents that were impacted by that family, and that's the reason apparently why they were asked to leave, that they weren't offered another lease. And I thought, well, sorry, but I'm glad to see them go. You know, although we complained, we had to put an official complaint in. Rather than tell the police, we didn't want to make it a civil matter. We didn't want the children to have it on their background for the rest of their lives. So the police said, just complain to the manager, make a note of it officially. We won't say anything. We'll just pretend you never came here. Because I have worked in Department of Human Services before with children, and believe me, I mean, down there in Victoria, if a child, if that's put on their record, it's very difficult for them later in life to get employment. Even if they were 6 or 8 or 10 at the time when they did the damage, it doesn't make a difference. So, but anyway, he was saying, well, they ended up moving, and I said, well, you know my feelings towards that. I have expressed it in the past to Nolene, and I know Nolene goes to these meetings. I shouldn't have mentioned her name, but they don't watch my vlog anyway, videos. So anyway, he was glad to see them go. He was telling me about how his heart is failing, and I said I have another elderly friend that I know, or through her daughter, that she's got 28% functioning of her heart, so she's on special medication. And we just spoke about that, and spoke about him going off in the ambulance a few times, and him worried about staying in hospital and not coming back home one day. And I said, what do you mean, a nursing home? He said, no, not just a nursing home, because he's quite physical. He can use a wheel, not a wheelchair, a walking, not a walking stick. Brain fog, welcome to brain fog. A wheelie walker, so he can sit down as well. He puts the brakes on, he can turn around and sit down in the chair. And I suggested that to him, and he's actually gone through with it and bought it. So there's a great place, by the way, if you live on the Gold Coast and you know a senior citizen that needs to buy anything like shower chairs, wheelchairs, things like that, walking aids, walking sticks, there's a place at Burleigh. So Google disability items or mobility items, and it'll come up. There's two. There's Burleigh Waters and Burleigh itself. So I think we went to Burleigh Waters to get my stuff, which was a big shower chair, which, no, I didn't get that. I got that second hand, actually. What did I buy from? Oh, wheelchair for my mum, which was donated to my great uncle, who was in the same nursing home. So yes, which I have to ring soon, because I don't know how Boodles is. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, I got no idea what I was talking about. What is the time? Let me see what the time is. It's only 12 o'clock, so we've got to 1:30. Well, it's been speaking for 9 minutes now, and Bambi wants to go inside, so maybe I'll chat for a little bit longer out here, seeing it's such a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day, but no, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to get a cold drink, and I'm going to go upstairs and have a lay down. I may speak to you laying down, so until then, BFM. Why, hello there, YouTube world. It has been such a productive day today. We've been to see the GP. I've got all my scripts and up-to-date information that we needed to have signed, sealed and delivered. And I've just been to see my podiatrist, and I'll insert my picture here now. Yes, it has healed apparently. It's only a pinprick now. So I'm extremely happy with that healing time. Sorry about that. I'm still feeling a bit awkward about talking in front of people. So there you have it. But that's all I have to say now until I get home. Lauren is on her way to pick me up. We're going to pick up Posey at 4:30, and there you have it. So, all right. Well, for now, that's it. And you know what I normally say. Bye for now. BFN. Woohoo! What a day it's been. Yep, it's been a busy day for one.
So who drove all day?
My beautiful daughter, who I won't show because she doesn't want to be, well, she doesn't want to participate physically, but she can verbally say what she wants to, but make it make it child-proof, please. She has driven me to my appointments this morning. So we had this morning, we had 2 this afternoon. We've just had to pick up Poissa from after school care, and it has really been a day. And to top it off, guess what? Someone's going out tonight to party.
Me.
And not that I think it's funny. I don't think it's funny at all, because I don't think she's really going to enjoy herself, but she knows this beautiful young lady, and I think I can name her. Her name is Jasmine. She's studying to get into nursing and become a midwife. So I think that is brilliant of her, and I really think that would make a great job. She'd be a great midwife, helping mothers give birth to their children. So I think that would make her a wonderful person. She's a caring, and she's certainly got plenty of empathy. So wonderful person. I love her dearly. She's just like my second daughter, actually my third daughter, because Kimberly's actually my second daughter. Then Jasmine is my third daughter. So yes. But I do want to end this day off by saying I love my daughter unconditionally. I want to thank her very much for everything she does for me, because without her, well, I'd be at a loss, and I don't know what I'd be doing. So there you go. So for all those daughters out there and sons that are taking care of one of their parents or both of their parents, I applaud you, and I clap, and I congratulate you. Yes, you got the right away, for making this choice and taking care of parents or a parent, because it's very, very rare these days for children to take care of their parents. And I mean, I'm not at the stage, obviously, where I need anywhere like nursing sort of home care. God forbid, I don't ever want that to happen. But, you know, if I have to go into one, I have to go into one in my many years to come. So that's just something that's going to happen, but not now, in another 40 odd years. So yeah, so we've got dinner cooking. We're having Scotch fillets with gravy, and we're having cheese broccoli with some mixed veggies as well. So excited about that. That didn't take long or much to put on. Thought I'd give my daughter a bit of a break tonight, seeing as she's heading out on the booze and to groovy her night away. She's looking at me like I'm a weirdo, but what can I say? I am a weirdo. Alright, well, what I normally say is BFN. Bye for now. So take care, everyone. Love you, YouTube world, and we'll see you again tomorrow. BFN.